Hi, good morning, everyone. Um, so first of all, if you're watching this, especially if you're watching it live, but even if you're not, I need you to write into the comments, Annalisa, you should be writing because I totally should be writing right now. That's why I'm looking all crazy. I'm like my hair's um, yeah, so I look like this. I'm supposed to be in writing mode right now, but I'm really excited, and maybe I'm also procrastinating, but I'm really excited, and I want to share with you something that I came across in my research. So to preface this, April Klesak and I were writing a book called Counselor's Best Friend, and it's all about how to build an animal-assisted therapy practice that is joyful, authentic, and prosperous. So we want to teach other therapists how to safely incorporate an animal into their work. So this book, it kind of spans the foundations of animal assisted therapy, like the science behind it, what makes it work, and then it kind of goes into the practical stuff. How do you actually do it, and how do you build a practice like this? So one of the chapter that I'm actually most excited about writing, is culture and the human-animal bond. And for folks who don't know, before I became a therapist, I actually got a master's in anthropology, and I love all things culture, right? So I'm always like excited. I always kind of geek out when it comes to talking about culture, ancient culture, modern culture, all of it. Anthropology was my first love. So this chapter is getting a lot of love naturally. And April and I'm going to slow down. Oh, I'm really excited. So April and I decided to do a little bit of writing about famous animals in history and in psychology that exemplify the human-animal bond. And this chapter is cool. We start off talking about like in ancient history, like when did we first domesticate animals, and even before that, like when did the bond start forming? So we're looking at like cave paintings in Indonesia. They're 40,000 years old. Wow, I'm like spitting. This is clearly a topic I love. So we're talking about the Lascaux caves. That's the cave in France that has like the horse and the bears. And so bears in Lascaux. I don't know. We're talking about Chauvet. So Chauvet Cave is one that I've actually been to myself. I participated in an archaeology dig near there, so I got to actually visit the cave myself, and I've seen all the red handprints on the walls. I've seen these animal paintings, and I did not see the footprints that we talk about. But supposedly, there's fossilized footprints of an 8-year-old kid who may have been walking with a canine. So there's also footprints of a wolf or a dog in there, and some archaeologists think that they may have been walking together. So like that's like 26,000 years old, and it's like really exciting when you're exploring the history of the human-animal bond. So anyway, we're doing our research on these famous animals, and we talk about Alexander the Great and his horse, and we talk about Jane Goodall and the chimpanzee that she first bonded with. And of course, when you're thinking about psychology, who who are the animals that come to mind, right? So famous psychology experiments that involve dogs, ringing a bell. Pavlov's dogs, right? So I found this article about Pavlov's dogs, and it's not even written by a psychologist. It's written by a neurobiologist named Tim Tully. He did some experiments on fruit flies, and he had these mutated fruit flies that he was going to be able to name. And I guess there's some kind of like, I don't know, like naming convention among biologists that study fruit flies where they do like goofy names. But he wanted to honor Pavlov's dogs and name his mutated fruit flies, after the pups. So he took a pilgrimage to Russia to figure out who Pavlov's dogs were. And there were actually like 40 dogs in his pack. It's not just like one or two of his pet dogs. He had 40 dogs in his pack. So this guy, Dr. Tully, he travels all around. He's looking at museums. He's getting discouraged, and finally, in his last leg of his journey, when he's just about to give up, he goes to this one museum where they said it was like Pavlov, maybe it wasn't a museum, maybe it was his lab or whatever, but everything was like untouched. Ivan Pavlov's desk is still the way it was. And the woman sits him down and gives him some tea and pulls out this photo album that has every one of Pavlov's dogs photographed, like with their names written under it. And it was just this like moment for Dr. Tully. And the coolest part is, the part that I'm really excited about, is that I found Dr. Tully on LinkedIn and I asked him if we could reproduce his photos in the book, and he said yes. And I'm going to show you right now. I think I'm going to show you. Yeah. Share screen. Check this out. Oh my gosh, look, 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 look. Here they are, Pavlov's dogs. Aren't they cute? And that's just 10 of them, but they're, I'm so excited. He's letting us reproduce the photo. Aren't they cute? Look at this little guy. He's like a natural model. And then this is kind of fun too. So this is a young Dr. Tully, and here he's wearing Ivan Pavlov's top hat. Isn't that adorable? I'm pretty jealous. But anyway, this is yeah, this is it. So I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you for watching. I hope that you yeah. Oh, hi Zoldar. Yes, I see you. Thank you for commenting. Stay tuned. We'll be publishing the book soon in the coming months. And yeah, that's it. Bye.